Hey, Keenan. Thanks for making time for us. Um, will you talk about how you developed a rapport with Justin Herbert over the last 3, 4 weeks? Just could you talk about that process?
It's been great. We've been throwing together pretty much since off season. Um, just building it, putting it together in the game, finding each other, making connections. It just keeps building.
Now, I know he's been a part of the team since the offseason, obviously, as you mentioned. But seeing him thrusted into the starting role and his performance over the last few weeks, has he surprised you with anything he's done? Or is this about what you expected?
I think it's what I expected, especially from a first-round guy. You expect him to come in, be a baller, be the guy that he was in college, and I think he's been doing that.
Thank you, sir.
Shelly.
You on mute.
He's working on it.
I'm sorry, I don't do this very often. But Keenan, how have you become friends with Joshua Kelly? He said he takes notes on what you say, and why have you become such an inspiration to him?
He's one of the guys that gets the ball a lot, so I try to just feed him positive energy. Try to make sure he's protecting what's the most important thing out there, which is the ball. And every time he gets it, or every time he comes in a huddle, I let him know protect the ball. So just little things like that.
What did you tell him after yesterday's missed handoff?
Just keep your head up. You got to keep going. Eck obviously went out, so you're still going to be the guy. You got to keep going. We definitely going to ride you all the way to the end, so you got to keep holding the ball.
And what's the face mask about?
You got a friend in me. I'm always open.
Is that for me or is that for your teammates?
Yeah, teammates.
Oh, it's all right. I'm kidding. Thanks, Keenan.
Michael, over to you.
Hey, Keenan, just want to get your thoughts on all the young guys that stepped up. Obviously, everyone who caught a touchdown pass from Justin yesterday were in their second years. They were all former undrafted free agents. Just what was that like on the sideline or just seeing them make those plays?
That's amazing, man. Total excitement. As you can see, when T. Billy scored his first touchdown, we both chest bumped and both hit face first after the chest bump, just straight out of excitement. But, yeah, just seeing those guys make plays, seeing them be able to step up and do something great for the team, I thought it was awesome.
And the Bucs secondary have a trio of young corners, guys like Carlton Davis, Jamel Dean. They got a lot of hype going into the matchup. Just your thoughts after going against that trio of corners.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Obviously, they were the weakest part of their defense. Part of their defense. Their front seven is beastie. So we figured we would be able to make some plays, and that's what we did.
Thank you.
Dennis.
Good morning, Keenan. Can you talk about you guys rushed for 46 yards yesterday? How much pressure does that put on the passing game?
We only had 46-yard rush?
Yes.
That's tough. I don't think it puts no pressure. Anytime we pass the ball, I feel like we gonna make shit happen. So I don't know. I thought we threw the ball pretty well.
Okay, thank you.
Pop.
Hey, Keenan, I'm sure by now you've gotten a second look at that catch you made along the sideline, the toe tapper. Just curious what you saw on that play.
Yeah, it was cover 2, so I really wasn't even expecting the ball. But 10 likes throwing it this way, so he threw it, and the ball he threw was, really the only place he could have threw it where I could have caught it. And I just went up, tried to make the best of it, made the catch, kept both feet in bounds.
And just specifically with yesterday, how impressive was it to see Justin, in only his third start, go shot for shot with Tom Brady, arguably the greatest quarterback of all time?
Yeah, it was exciting. Like I say, he's just been a baller. He stays composed. He never gets too high, he never gets too low, and he makes the plays. He's throwing shots against cover 0, getting hit, throwing a deep ball, and it's on the money. So it's big stuff.
And then just it seems like you've been more involved in the screen game so far this year. I don't know if that's like a new wrinkle in the offensive scheme you've implemented, but what do you like about that, getting the ball in those screen situations where you can sort of get it and get yards after the catch?
Yeah, it builds confidence, first of all. Just getting the catch, getting the touch, getting comfortable within the game, and obviously making some making some guys miss downfield. Just getting some easy yards. So.
Thanks, Keenan.
Gilbert.
Hey, Keenan, back to that memorable catch. Where do you kind of rank that one in your career? Because you've had many good ones.
Probably top 5 for sure. Probably top 5.
Is it because you were kind of able to get a jump ball and then keep your toes in? Does that make it a little more difficult and more memorable?
Yeah, I think so. He was a contested catch. He kind of got a finger on it. I had to go over top of him. I was kind of behind him, and I was able to keep both feet in bounds. So it was cool.
And Keenan, Justin's been playing pretty well, but the wins haven't came yet. Do you kind of tell him anything? Like you mentioned about Josh Kelly, keep your head up. Do you talk to him about stuff like that too?
Yeah. Yesterday, after the game, he was kind of hanging his head in the locker room, as he's been doing the past couple of weeks, because he's been playing lights out, and we just haven't been able to get the win for him. So, it's tough. It's part of the business, but he got to keep going. And like I said, short-term memory.
Thank you, Keenan.
Fernando.
Keenan, how do you feel like your relationship with Herbert has grown on the field from the first game against Kansas City to now against after the game against Tampa?
I think it's grown a lot. Just being trustworthy, just like I always say, being available for him, just being consistent. Just trying to make my plays when he throws it this way.
For you, I mean, what's the frustration level at losing the last 3 games? Kind of in the way you guys have lost. Anthony says that it feels like you guys have kind of shot yourselves in the foot with some of these losses, making mistakes. How can you guys correct that for the season moving forward?
I don't know. It's definitely frustrating, especially when we playing the way we've been playing and not able to, come out successful. I don't know.
What does that say about you guys, that you guys are still competing at a high level? You guys are competing, and you're right there with Kansas City. You're right there with Carolina. You're right there with Tampa Bay. And you guys are missing guys like Derwin, like Mike Pouncey, and all these other guys. I mean, you guys are still in those games. You guys are still close. What does that say about the talent level on this team?
We have a great football team. We got great depth. We put up 31 points with damn near all threes, as far as the depth chart. So I don't know. I feel like we've been doing some pretty good stuff.
And just lastly for me, if Tyrod Taylor is healthy, who do you believe should be the starting quarterback moving forward?
I don't really care as long as they throwing the ball.
Thanks, Keenan.
Chris Harry.
Hey, Keenan, what have you seen from Tyron Johnson throughout training camp and practice that led you to believe that he was going to make a big play like that on Sunday?
He's been very explosive, very fast. He's one of those dog guys. His mentality is pretty much like mine. He feels unguardable, and he comes into every day, cherishes his job, and he works really hard. So I thought he should have been up, honestly, but obviously it's not my decision.
And, the fact that you're the leader in that wide receivers room, it's got to be a sense of pride to see these guys who look up to you, who are stepping up from Jalen to Tyron.
Yeah, man, that's just how we set the bar in the room. We're going to come in, we're going to make plays. Like I said, as long as we passing the ball, I feel like we move the offense pretty well. And we take pride in that. Like I said, we just like to be the the leaders of the offense, so to speak.
Appreciate it.
All right, Keenan, last one for you. Jeff Miller, go ahead.
Keenan, what's your level of concern, if any, with what's happened the last week or so here in the league with the COVID? Are you any more concerned about being able to finish the season?
No, I don't really think about it too much.
Okay, thank you.
All right, guys, appreciate it. We're gonna clear this room out for a few and get you back on around 11:50 for Joey.
Thanks, Keenan.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ken.
Hey, Keenan, it's Armin at KCBS, man. Hey, we have a couple of questions for you. I know Jamal talked to you just about these